So far, so good.
Ooh, Petey in the house. Back together.
There we go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to CKRT Border City Radio, and we have a brand new segment. Please welcome Coach Kevin, Master Trainer, Nutritionist, Lifestylist. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Petey. Thank you very much. That was a nice little intro. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. How's your day so far?
You know, it's snowing. It's a little chilly. Weather-wise, it's snowing. It's a little chilly.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So I got up and thought, maybe I wish I was in a warm place, right about now. I wish I was kind of like, somewhere nice and warm. And then I thought of this place called Costa Rica. That's part of our show today. We're going to be talking about environments. We're going to be talking about lifestyle, stress, get rid of stress, vacation, fun times, going out for some drinks in the haciendas and all the little beach places you can go to in Costa Rica. Wonderful place to retire, Peter.
Okay. I mean, I'm not retiring anytime soon, but...
Well, if you won the lotto, if you won one of those $1 billion tickets, you'd be retired.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, maybe I don't have to retire. This job is very portable.
It's true. We were saying we could be in Costa Rica doing the show, bro.
Yeah, live from the beach of sandy Costa Rica.
First of all, congratulations on the station.
Oh, thank you so much, man. We appreciate that.
Again, we're back together again, and you've gone from the B to the A class. I think you've really we grow. As we get older, we grow, and sometimes you make step ups. You make a step up, and whether it's I don't know, it could be a fitness step up, or it could be an academic step up, or it could be a job, a career step up. And I think that's what I've seen you do, Petey, is you made a step up, bro. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, and I'm glad that I'm able to use this platform to help you out as well and get you on the show and have fun with us.
We have fun.
We do have fun.
If you don't know, me and Peter are like friends.
Yeah, of course.
We've got how many dates now? We're friends. We could. There's an age gap. Let's tell them. Let's lay it back because they can't see us. But I'm a very young 63-ish, and Petey is a very old soul, old spiritual 24. In other words, me and Petey talk about things that I don't think I could ever talk to a 24-year-old in a serious conversation. Not sorry, 24-year-olds, but he's got no soul. You got no soul, and I got a young soul. So I think we meet somewhere in the middle. I think I think that's what we do. I think we meet in the middle.
Absolutely, that's the best way to put it, and it's interesting, you get both sides of the coin. You get the younger perspective. You get the older perspective.
Yeah, you get that. What do you call it? Dichotomy. You get that.
You get the contrast.
Yeah, it's because things you talk about interest me. And things that I talk about, I hope interest you.
Yeah, of course.
I know you have a hobby that obviously doesn't embrace some older things. What's that hobby you got, Petey?
So I make music. Yeah.
No, the other one. The money one. The coin, the collection.
Oh yes. Okay, so I have this obsession with coin collecting, and it stemmed from my grandfather. We used to sit at home all day sifting through his change, trying to find the poppy quarters out of all the regular quarters. Oh. And we put them in a little box, and then he'd add it to his collection. And anytime we had another cool coin, that's how it started. And then I went to my mom, and then I was collecting with my mom. And now I have the collection.
Yes, so you've got some old ways.
Oh yeah, I even have a stamp collection.
Yeah, well, that's next. And then you get the cards. You got to get the baseball cards. You got to get the whole collection thing going on. Then you got to do it. Oh. Yep. Stressful life you got.
I'm just waiting until I start showing up with Elvis Presley antique little figurines and stuff.
But what's cool too is your music. I listen to your music, and you've got like young music that normally I wouldn't like, to be honest with you, because I think it's too hard, it's too bangy. But your music and the way you rap and stuff is amazing. You've got that thing, that little touch. You see these, you see all these people doing this, but there's always that one person that kind of stands out, and you've got that kind of style. It's what do they call you, the Eminem or something?
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate it. It's I'm very honored to have you say that about my music.
Well, I'll tell you, very similar to a friend of mine that live in the same condominium where I spent the last 30 years in Florida. Peeps, I'm sorry I didn't tell you a little bit about my background. So I've been in Florida for the last 30 years, and this one gentleman that was at the pool all the time was always got paper, and he's like singing to us all. I said, that's a crazy guy. I said, who, so, and then I finally figured out after about 12 weeks later into this pool thing that he was actually rapping. And every day, this guy would go out and he'd on that paper, he'd rap, and he'd start doing rapping. And so I thought, but then I found out he became famous.
Wow.
He became one of those most famous, and I told you I forget his whole name. That's how famous he is. But I mean, he was the most famous guy in Miami, and he was, and he sounded like you. That's what I kind of thought about. So I'm gonna hook you up with that guy.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So lifestyles. Jake's calling in today.
Okay.
Yeah, Jake's calling in. Jake's in Palm Beach, Florida, and he's on vacation. His vacation, I think, is a 5-week vacation.
Lucky.
We'll be talking. Yeah, lucky. We'll be talking to Jake. Well, I was there 30 years. You think 5 weeks is lucky? I was there 30 years. I must be like really lucky.
Yeah, that was one hell of a vacation.
It's funny. Go a little bit back about how I got to Florida. Born and raised in Sudbury, Ontario, for 30 years. Big hockey player. Did a lot of sports. Got into weightlifting. Opened up my own gym called Gold's Gym. You might have heard of it. In Sudbury. I became a very strong person because I lifted all those weights, and I became a weightlifter. And I became so strong, I was the strongest man in Canada in 1988. I won the Commonwealth Games, and I was the strongest heavyweight. So I represented Ontario also in the strongman games, and I did very well. So I was a strong guy, Pete.
Oh, yeah.
I was a strong guy. So then I kind of sculpted, got into sculpting, got into bodybuilding, right? That's what you take a mass and you sculpt it.
Okay.
Right? You'd sculpt it just like you would a sculpture. So once I sculpted it, you have this definition. So I was a bodybuilder. So for a big power lifter, I went to a bodybuilder. It was very successful. Won Mr. Florida. I moved out to Florida. It was Mr. Florida, before that, of course, Mr. Ontario and Mr. Sudbury. So I was a great, good body. So my accolades when I was a kid was I was a very good athlete. I loved the martial arts, mountain bike racing in Florida, kayaking racing instruction. I've done spinning in the classes. I've taught yoga classes. I teach meditation classes. I teach spinning classes. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a nutritionist. It's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff.
That's why I'm old. I've been in this business, Petey, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Of helping people, and what I do is I make people strong. I'm more of a lifestyle coach versus a personal trainer. I put all those things together. What I do is I design programs. I design programs that involve good eating, a good lifestyle, way of life, right? Eat good, sleep good, do all the good things, make lots of money, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
They all got to come together. Be spiritual, be loved, have good relationships, all that stuff.
Makes sense. That's a good thing to point people in that direction.
So with all that stuff in the bodybuilding, my fitness career, which is very elaborate. After that, when I moved to Florida, here's a funny story. I moved to Florida. He asked me, and I said, I was married. And I said, no, I'm never going back.
And I don't blame you. I went to Florida one time, and it was the first time I ever seen a palm tree in real life.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back either.
I was like, there's a kid from Sudbury. Okay, don't forget, in Sudbury we're all hockey players, and we snowmobile, and we do ice fishing in the wintertime, and we do like camping and fishing. So to see this is like completely foreign.
Oh yeah.
To see a palm tree, to see the green, and I thought I was just like in what do you call it, Disney World land. So so I said, I'm not going back. The weather was nice, the beach, the girls, the fun, the things happening, the Miami scene, the South Beach scene,
the energy.
The energy.
Mm-hmm.
The energy you can have the laid back. More central in Florida is more laid back, and the further north you go, it's even more laid back. But I mean, the North Miami side where I lived, I didn't live in South Miami. South Miami is a little too rough for me.
Oh, we got a caller. This is CKRT, Border City Radio.
So Miami was rough. South Miami was rough.
I thought that was Jake.
Oh, you thought that was Jake? Well, Jake can be early. I gotta tell you, Jake can be early.
I do remember you saying that. So
he's a. Well, I'll give you the background on Jake in a second. So background on me for a quick second more is after I moved to Florida, I never came back. I got a job, me and my wife, and I became a personal trainer.
Okay.
It was all private money, so of course, because the the thing that goes on with it after. You got to make sure that, yeah.
Yep.
So, and I did that for 40 years. No, sorry, 30 years in Florida. 30 years. I was a trainer, and I'm a master trainer, of course, and a coach. And again, that's for all my racing, my kayaking. I ran a marathon, I ran a 5K.
You even did movies.
I did movies. I was the Return of Elliot Ness back in the 80s. That was the same year that I did the Commonwealth Games. 88 was a big year for me, 1988. That's when I won the Commonwealth Games, gold medal, strongest man in Canada, which is very cool. How many guys can say that?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
No.
Probably one a year.
that's a good answer. That's exactly perfect. One a year is all you're going to get. So in that many years, I guess, which is getting long now, I'm still one of many. I'll just say that. I'm one of many of the strongest men in Canada. And that was a big accolade. You know, that was a huge thing. I really, my confidence, when I got that strong and won that, my confidence level went huge. So it's like when I train clients, you know, as they get stronger, physically, mentally, I think they go hand and foot, so to speak, except maybe muscle and brain. You get stronger mentally if you get stronger physically. And you see that. You go to a gym, you can feel the confidence when you go to a fitness center or a gym or talk to a strong, healthy, athletic person. You can see the athletes when they talk on TV, you can see the confidence in their voices. You can feel the confidence because they're strong. So when you're strong, now the level we're talking about, we're talking about just making, it could be a senior. Just getting stronger so they can walk better. You know, stronger. It could be all kinds of strength. It could be a young guy trying to be a bodybuilder or a powerlifter like myself used to be. So there's all different ways to train people, but resistance is the key. So with all that strength and all my knowledge, I took to what's called Olympia Gym in North Miami, Aventura, which is a beautiful place. You ever get a chance to go to Florida, you want to get outside of Fort Lauderdale, come south a little bit to Aventura, a beautiful place. Nice big golf course, one of the biggest shopping malls in North America.
Wow.
That's pretty right. And and the ocean's right across the street, which is called Sunny Isles Beach, which I lived on for many years. Sad to say now, but it's called Trump Tower. I know I'm not talking anymore. Just saying, that's all. I'm just saying it was Trump Tower. But a beautiful place to be. So I had a good life for a personal trainer. Traveled the world. I traveled the world as a trainer. I got some really good. I lived in Las Vegas for a while. I spent on Hawaii, San Diego, all over. You know, the South. You know, all over. Beautiful. I had a good life and still having a good life. I think my life, helping people. I said in earlier shows, when someone looks at me and says, "Kevin, thank you," and it's the way they say thank you. Yeah, I'm saying, you know, you can look in their eyes. They see in their eyes, and you can see that it's so passionate. And when they say thank you, it could be for maybe losing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 pounds. You know, say thank you. It could be getting off some antidepressants. You know, when your system gets low and your serotonin gets low, your body goes into a low, and then they go to the doctor. The doctor says, "Hey, I'm feeling low." Does it? Okay, I got a pill for you. Take this antidepressant, they call it, right?
Yeah.
So you don't be depressed. And all that does is it gives a chemical endorphin to the brain that makes that's your feel-good hormone, your serotonin, your endorphin.
Yeah.
Well, you get the same rush, so to speak, when you train, when you exercise. Talk to anybody who knows, and you all know this. When you're running, you feel exhilarated. You just feel energetic. Your endorphins, your dopamine goes up.
Yep.
But not through an antidepressant.
I agree. I see
that is your antidepressant, but it's a natural, God-given, made way to get rid of your stress.
Yeah, I feel like, especially nowadays, people tend to think of what's the one solution that fixes everyone's problem, you know? And there is none. Everybody is their own individual person with different ways of thinking and feeling, and you have to handle things your own way, you know?
Yes.
And it's okay to realize that you might be handling it tougher than someone else might, or might be handling it easier than someone else might. But it's okay, you know? And
But yes, I agree. But after 40 years of working with these clients, and I say 40 because obviously you need Sudbury's 10, 40 years in the business working with clients, you learn people. You know, that's what a good coach does. You learn the person, you know the person, you have good communication skills with the person, and that person kind of gets inspired by you, and that's their trigger. You look up to somebody, they say, "I want you to eat this way," and they do it because they respect you.
Yeah, and they trust you.
So a big part of me, I had a great, athletic career, and 40 years, I said, and 30 years in the gyms and spinning and all the martial arts I've done. But I also do something. I always call myself the White King Chang, the Kung Fu guy. I'm also very calm.
Okay. There you go. Got the Bruce Lee in you.
I got the yin and the yang.
There you go.
And, that sounds, and it looks so simple. You kind of laugh at it, which it looks kind of funny too, I guess. But
I was just thinking from the radio perspective, just hearing you sigh.
You hear that?
They can't see
now
you
it
getting
sounds
into a zen
like a
right
stalker. It sounds like a stalker. Get a phone call. No, but what I teach is breath meditation, Pete. And I think like I teach fighters how to fight. I did, and the biggest thing when you teach a fighter to be aggressive is to be calm in the ring. Because if you're not calm in the ring or calm in the street, your adrenaline's going to take all your breath away. And if you don't have good lungs and good breath and good calm, you're not going to be a good fighter.
I feel like it would also hinder your strategy too, right? Like you're not able to think clearly because you're too amped. Usually
yes,
they say stay calm in bad situations so that way you don't panic.
But you can hear that just for a second. Listen to it. When you do sit still, this is what I teach. Here's a simple one. When you do sit still, mind still, body still, you got to be still. You can't be moving around doing breath meditation. So just get still. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in your nose, out your mouth. Unless you got a cold, you shouldn't be here. Inhale. Fill your lungs. Just absorb all the oxygen deep.
Okay.
And exhale. See how fast you do it, though? That's because you're still young. But on a serious note, if you do practice deep breath meditation, it's one of the healthiest things you can do for you, and they can't charge you for it.
Yeah, you're right. Not yet, at least. Air's still free.
But there is, now. Wait till next year. But you can't charge you for that. That's just the knowledge. See, that's what I teach is knowledge. Once you have knowledge, you have power. So if when I instill knowledge to my clients about nutrition, training, psychology, calmness, when the lifestyle, when they have all that, the confidence goes way up.
I completely agree.
And the other thing is too is they pass that on. That same energy that they've created, they pass that on to their kids. They pass it on to their relationship. That energy does get passed on because if you hang out with that energy, it gets passed on. And the opposite, here's the problem though, the opposite is also if someone's a very negative person and they have that negative, blah, 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 blah. If they have that negative, that also gets picked up.
Mm-hmm.
So say you live in a household that's got negative and positive energy.
Yep.
You could either go one way or the other, right?
Yeah, good.
And so some people fall into the trap of all that. I'm in that trap, or the opposite comes back, and the positive comes in, and you have the power to choose the negative or the positive. You do have that power.
Absolutely. I used to deliver pizza way back.
Me too.
There we go.
Yep.
More
in common.
Yep, more in common.
Also.
And the one thing one of my managers told me when I first started, I was probably like 17. He said, anytime you're in a situation that you feel overwhelmed or, flustered, angry, something happened that's really bothering you.
Yeah.
He said, tell yourself, from a third person perspective, if another person was watching you handle this situation right now, what would be the coolest way in their eyes to see you do?
That's too complicated.
Like, take
the breath.
What's the darkest
way
to handle the situation and go with that no matter what it makes you feel like. So
I know what you're saying. So what I do as a trainer is I try to bring all that into them because if they have the strength of the calm mind, and this as an adult, as you get adult, you've got a calmer sense. You don't get crazy excited about something. They say we all have stress.
Yeah.
Gets away your stress. No, you're not ever going to get rid of your stress. You're always going to have those stressful things.
That's human.
But the difference is how you respond and act to that stress. How you take that on. If you take that on and go to the negative, it's going to go negative and it's going to eat at you all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, folks, I'm a health teacher. And what I do is teach health. And one of the healthiest things that we talked about, the breath. Actually, that was wrong. The second is the breath. The first one, healthiest thing to do in your life is to laugh. Laugh. Speaking of laughing, guess who's calling?
We got the one and only.
Yeah, so we'll get back to training and laughing and all the good things for you. Let's take that call.
Yeah, sure thing.
Is that Jake?
I thought you said 11:30.
Oh, you're on the air, Jake. We said 11:20, but you're right on time.
And right on the right number. You said.
Yeah, you're live right now, my brother.
Well,
So don't start giving me. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's called a hot mic. So listen, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
I
can't believe it's been 168 hours. Like time just, I don't know. The older you get, huh?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
168 hours since we did this show last. 168. No,
Well, you're on a new show, brother. You're on a new show. We just introduced it today. It's called CKRT Border City Radio. It's a great station. I jumped up a notch, brother. I jumped up a notch, and I'm with Petey. Petey, we teamed up. It's like I and Jordan, and getting together getting back together. So that's me. Petey runs the show basically. He's a production manager, and Petey's online now. Say hello, Petey.
Good morning, Jake.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Nice to be with you.
Yeah, likewise.
Absolutely. Well, I'm in paradise, so I'm perfect.
Well,
And I'm super jealous.
Yeah. We're not. We just had a conversation about that, Jake. So listen, you're in Palm Beach.
Yes.
You're right on the beach. You're not like you don't have to take a suitcase or you're right on the beach.
If I look off the balcony, I see the ocean. I don't even know how many yards. 75 yards maybe from the ocean. That's where we are. And this is where we've been coming now since Melaleuca. God bless Melaleuca. It's allowed me a life. Trust me.
Jake, my friend, let me give you some backup. Jake runs a company or works in a company, health company. What do you call your title, Jake? What do we call you?
I'm a national marketing director.
You're okay. That was better than I had. National marketing director. Yeah, and you've done very well. You've been in the business how many years, buddy?
26 years.
Okay, the business Jake is in is in the health business. He works for a company called Melaleuca.
Yes.
And if I double up on this, Jake, you let me know. So, which is a great company. Well, Jake, why don't you tell them? Tell them what you do, and tell them. I'll say one thing first. You've been very successful. You became a millionaire, and I hate you, but I love you. With selling health, and that's what I do. But I said I'm not going to become a millionaire. But you chose the path of getting involved in a company that basically does the same thing. Gives people health. It changes their lives. It makes them healthy. It saves them from things like cancer, heart disease. Your products are so non-carcinogenic. I know I'm going on about this, but that's true. And we've talked about this before. So you chose a path, and I chose a path. Mine was in the gym business and the fitness business, the personal training business, and going down and doing my thing in Florida. Yours was you started this business in Sudbury, yes?
Same direction, Kevin. We went same direction, both towards health and wellness.
But
However, just different concepts. So with Melaleuca, I was paid on referrals. So when I was introduced to Melaleuca in 1998, I was 43, desperate. I had several businesses, as you know, in our hometown, Sudbury. I was doing okay, earning a living. Thank goodness Debbie was in education, so we were the double income, no kids for a while.
Nice.
And then, of course, the kids come along. I was introduced as the convenience store industry was kind of collapsing. It became like if you didn't have just everything, including, sub sandwiches and that type of thing. I just didn't want to go down that direction, that road. I had Jack's Diner, as you know.
Yes, let's say you had Jack's Diner, which was the corner from where my gym was, and thank you, because we went there quite often from my gym, and we loved your diner, and it's still there.
Well, it was because of you fitness nuts, me included, that I went into. My claim to fame was real hamburgers, real fries.
Yeah, true.
Real food. Nothing, no additives and those types of things. Which Melaleuca was. When I was introduced to Melaleuca, I thought, if this is true, better, safer products, no new money, just switch stores and use better products from Melaleuca. Our claim to fame with Melaleuca, obviously, is tea tree oil. I just said one thing to the gentleman that introduced me, Craig Davies. You probably know Davies. He was a cop for some time in Sudbury. And I said to Craig, I said, if this is true, I believe, I feel I'm going to do, extremely well with the business model, which is simply become a customer, tell a friend, they order products, you earn a small commission. And by that I mean small, like a couple of dollars, right? So when I looked at the background and the overview of the company and the advancing, what was required, I thought, you know what, this is perfect for me. Just a big mouth Italian that loves to talk and loves to work with people and support people. And I hate to use the word help, however, give them an opportunity where they could actually, really have, a super fantastic, in control life where you weren't exchanging time for money. So away I went. My father was none too proud, not too happy. My mom told me, Jacob, Italians and Finn, just stay with the real job. They didn't believe in this particular business model. So I just said, look, just give me, Pops, just give me a chance. Give me 1 year. I'll work extremely hard as I always have and see, see where the dust settles. And so 12 months later, I was the senior director. My wife, Deb, was absolutely upset with what I was doing. However, when we got the senior director, which allows the car payment, we were earning a residual of about $3,000 or $4,000 a month, which was kind of cool, really. I said to Dolly, I said, I'm qualified car ready. They're going to buy me a new car. She said, well, no. I said, well, yeah. She said, well, no. I said, well, yeah. She said, well, no. The company's buying me a new car.
Yeah.
That's how things work in our family. It was the best idea Deb ever had was, me building Melaleuca. Anyway, make a long
No, she had a better. She had a better one. She chose you, fool.
Yeah, make a long story longer. I just, opening my mouth. I was just talking to everyone. Never heard no. Never heard not now. Never heard maybe when I'm ready. Never heard later. I never heard anything like that. I just continued, to plow forward. I became an executive director in 27 months with the company as top. And I'm humbled, announcing this. I was, top 10 in the business worldwide in my second year. They wined and dined Dolly and I. They flew us to Australia to open that country, so we were part of that team that flew to Australia. Now we're currently in 19 countries. But to make a long story real short, this is all about referrals. You switch stores, use better, safer products, tell a friend, get a little residual check. If they tell a friend, get another residual check. Because you were cause and effect of your particular organization starting, you're going to earn a small commission off everyone that they introduce to Melaleuca moving forward. So in 26 years, we're national marketing directors. We have several thousand customers in our organization, probably tens of thousands that we don't know. And the company pays us, well into the six figures every single year. And so we've earned almost $5 million with Melaleuca. And again, no boasting, no bragging, just simply telling the truth. And that's about as complicated as it's been.
Well, I think that's the whole thing too. We talked about before, and the whole thing is simplicity. It's healthy. It's simple. You've obviously you and Deb have mastered it, and like you said, you were a rocket scientist. You just got involved, and you made. So again, tell us how somebody can start with you and get going on this thing. And I'll tell more.
I think what you're talking about, Kevin, is you're talking about the KISS. The KISS program. Keep it simple, stupid.
No. Well, now we have to say keep it simple, silly.
When they ask me questions about, what's in the products or those types of things, I would say, well, you're probably using Tide. They would say, yeah. So what's in Tide? And they say, well, I don't know. I said, well, I don't know what's in that.
Well, nobody knows. No, I wouldn't.
Put it in a goldfish bowl and the goldfish don't die. You want to try that with your Tide? So I just proved to them, just visually, how toxic the products actually are. I had a chance to visit them in their home. Now, of course, everything's done on Zoom and it's a lot more simple. However, that's about as complicated as the business is. So you refer a friend, family member, somebody that may be in a home business right now and floundering around dying a horrible death, because most of them are, and I don't have to name any names on this particular call. But, if they've been introduced to home business, if they're looking for something they can do along with what they're currently doing. I'm not telling people quit your current job or your vocation or your career and take a full, 100% run at Melaleuca. What I'm saying is try the products. Let's just kind of walk in, talk to a friend or two, maybe your mom, your dad, your sister, your best friend's girlfriend's hairdresser's gardener, whomever, and see if they're interested in using better, safer products, which the whole world is going, as we know, since COVID. The whole world is looking for better, safer. The whole world is shopping online which puts this just perfectly the concept that everyone's looking for. And no disrespect to men, you guys. I know we're all men on the call, but women, gals, just
be careful now.
Network. They love to tell friends. They love to run the household. They love to run our lives. So what I found that I speak to men and tell them, hey, listen, let's just find a team of great gals because gals love to network. Men, I tease the girls. I say, look, multitasking for a guy is we can watch TV and eat, or we can go to the bathroom and read. Women do everything. They can cook, look after the house, clean, do grocery shopping, look after the kids, and they're on their way out the door at some Mary Kay meeting after supper.
Oh, be careful.
Just the reason why.
Jeez, you're going to get me in trouble.
I tell the girls this, Coach. I tell the girls this. Thank
See how
God
you feel, Jake.
Eve bit that apple. Thank God she bit that apple. We'd be a mess without women. God only knows where we would end.
Okay, now okay. Tell me more about Melaleuca. You're making me think funny. So yeah. So, but so you also.
It's $1, by the way, Coach. It's $1 to be a customer or to join.
Yeah,
we're like a price club, a Sam's or a Costco.
Yeah.
It's $1 to join the club,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just go shopping. You have your own website, your own back office for free, and you just go shopping.
You said but the reason for the $1 is you basically just get registered. They give you your registration, and that's why they're not asking you like it's the reason why it's got to be something, right? It's got to be $1 at least. That gives you so they put you so they're registered.
Absolutely. So it's you can do it online. So if they're interested, they get in touch with you, Coach, or myself, or this gentleman on the line, whoever. And we could just refer them. I would just set that up, send that membership or that customer, membership to them by email, text, whatever, messenger. They would just fill it out. Melaleuca gets back to them with, their pertinent information, like they want to know, their the way they're going to pay their method of payment, so all that private information they can fill it on their own. So it's. Listen, when Debbie and I started Melaleuca, Coach, 26 years ago, Melaleuca was a $280 million company. No, I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. A $280,000 company. That's how much we were doing worldwide per year, $280,000 worldwide. We're currently almost a $3 billion company, and most people have never heard of us, ever. Have never heard of us.
Holy cow, yeah.
No, like Petey, you heard of Melaleuca?
Personally, I'm not a huge health nut.
No, you've ever heard the word Melaleuca?
No.
Oh, you'll love this. You'll love him, Jake. You love Petey, man. He's right on. So wait a minute. So you've never heard of Melaleuca?
Correct.
And Jake, and you know me, I'm a big fitness person. I've heard of the Melaleuca tree, the Melaleuca to oil, but I really heard of the company. I think I might, but it wasn't a thing that caught my ear. But now as you.
Coach, I say we all know as adults, we all know that information travels real quick. However, bad information or negative information travels 10,000 times faster than good news. And most people have never heard of Melaleuca, so what does that tell you? There's no bad news. We're a 35-year-old company. Nobody's ever been hurt, lied to, or felt they were taken advantage of. But
don't get me wrong. I'm also a radio host, so like I'm not gonna lie, I was today years old when I found out that it's also a tree. I didn't know.
So 2 days ago, you didn't tell me that. You just went along with it.
I thought it was the name of a company. I didn't know it was the name of a tree.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't know this was a real thing.
Yeah, so I was talking to Pete.
What the hell you kidding? You don't feel bad. You were 8. That was 43.
Okay.
So yeah, you just told your age because Petey's only 16, so.
I'll be 24.
Oh my goodness, I have leftovers in the fridge already.
Oh, I'm not. Just remind me not to eat that when I come visit you. So you're okay. So you're doing good. I love because now I pick every time I listen to you talk about it. I pick up something else. So now website. How's that work?
I think what everyone should do on the call, if they're interested in just learning it just a little bit more, and then of course they can get in touch with you, Coach. They've got your coordinates, so they can get in touch with you. But if you go to melaleuca.com,
because you're too busy in Palm Beach, yeah. Yeah, you're too busy. You want to just relax on the beach? Okay, I'll give it to you, Kev. Yeah. Okay.
Look, they're waiting for me down at the ocean.
I don't want to hear it. I don't. We're gonna go. Hey, buddy, have you ever been? We're gonna be talking about in a few minutes. Costa Rica.
Yes.
Tell me. Tell me,
Well,
have you been?
some of the biggest leaders are living in Melaleuca. Eddie Bestoso, Tommy Pisano, Jeff Miller. They've all got mansions in Costa Rica, so I'm very familiar with that country. I've never been to visit with them.
Oh,
however,
then
they
you're
do
familiar with
teach
it.
all the time at conventions. But anyway, getting back to Melaleuca.com.
So yeah, look,
Melaleuca.com. Check out the website. You can have a look at overview all of the products, those types of things. They don't discuss the compensation plan. Our compensation plan is not something that we discuss openly, so people can duplicate, copy it, or borrow it.
So it's
we simply wait. You're a customer. You're interested in sharing the business. That's where I come in. Pretty good at this business after 2.5 decades, and I love to work with new people. They get excited. I get excited.
Okay, so I like it, and I like it. So now what's the next step?
Well, I think the next step is to have them visit the site. If they're interested in moving forward, they could just say, "Hey, Coach, I'm interested in moving forward." We can get that membership to them by email. They just fill it out, method of payment. Melaleuca sends them a link so they can set up their own back office, and then they can peruse everything about Melaleuca, the products, the things, how they were manufactured, who introduced them. We got Dr. Larry Wang out of the Calgary University of Calgary invented the Access Bar that I shared with you, Coach. It's called the Access Bar because it allows the body to burn stored body fat. We have this adenosine in our body. You understand that? Adenosine is a blocker, so it protects the stored body fat because a million years ago we never got to eat every day like all the fat people do today. So this adenosine used to protect us. Well, it's still available. It's still in our human body. So what the Access Bar does, and Larry Wang's research,
Larry Wang,
scientific, brilliant man. It blocks. It stops the adenosine from blocking our access during exercise.
And now you're doing my job.
Our body to burn stored body fat rather than leave muscle tissue, and you know all about that, Coach.
Yes. Yeah. So that product is in there, and
yes.
So I cut you out. What else?
Oh my goodness, there's 450 products.
Okay.
Most important, like obviously the fitness and the nutritional products are important. Vitamins. We have the only patented vitamin line in the world today.
Okay.
We proved Centrum One a Day, Flintstone, they don't work. They never did work. They can't work. They don't have the availability to work. All they do is cause problems with liver and digestion and going into the sewer system. But that's about all they do.
Okay, so they get in there.
I think most importantly, Coach, is the cleaning products. Get those damn toxic products.
Well, yeah, I just did some reading. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Tide, bleach. All these products have to be out of the home. People get sick inside their home, not outside their home.
Yeah, I know.
They've proven. We've had scientists, call them whatever, test the air quality in people's homes. They've found that some homes, many homes, are 200 to 2,000 times more toxic than outside.
Yeah,
wow.
All those sprays. I choke when I spray.
In your bathroom vanity, in your laundry room, they outgas.
You know what?
If you look under anyone's kitchen sink, you'll almost take your breath away. Like the cleaning aisle in the grocery store. Like you want to go down that aisle.
Jake. Thank you, Jake.
Yes.
The one that bothers me the most, I think about all the time when I do this, is the underarm deodorant. When I put that, because you're so absorbent in that area, so you must absorb. But whatever's in that underarm deodorant, it can't be. I wouldn't eat. In other words, I wouldn't eat it, and it's going in my body, and it's got to also have some bad effects. So that one bothers me. Or the spray. Something to spray in, the creams, because I know your skin is absorbent, especially when you're in steam and you got that soap coming in, your body absorbs whatever chemicals are in that soap or what's in your bathroom. Yeah, so I agree. And they said somewhere I read that it equals like 5 cigarettes a day or even more if you in a certain environment in the house. Yeah.
A package of cigarettes every day. Can you imagine?
A whole package.
That smoke, and they live in that toxic environment, and then we wonder why, guys. We wonder why cancer is the #1 cause of death worldwide. Cancer and heart disease, all caused by cleaning products and the outgassing from all those products that are in everyone's home. But you don't hear that. People buy into the darn advertising. Of course, mom used Tide and her mom used Tide. So damn it, I'm going to use Tide, right? Yep. These are the products that cause all of these health concerns. I'm much older than you, obviously. Kevin and I'm even older than the coach, but Kevin will agree with me. When we were kids, none of our friends had cancer. None of our friends' parents had
now you're talking. Now you're talking. That's true.
There was no cancer, and now all of a sudden it's the #1 cause of death in children. Cancer.
Yeah. I know. Here you got me going now because you're absolutely right. When I grew up, say like you're like 9 years older than I am. So when I was, so you never heard of cancer. If you did, it's a big deal. Everybody in the suburb talked about, oh, did you hear Mr. So and so got cancer? And now it's like, who doesn't, have some sort of, or know somebody that has cancer? So what's changed?
Exactly. What's changed? What a great question. And you know what, Coach? We know what's changed. It's those damn products that are in our home. Just think about when we were kids. Mom used what? Vinegar and water to do the windows.
My mom just did the windows yesterday. Vinegar. She did. She did.
Gone to the kitchen sink.
The whole place smells like vinegar.
Products. Most of them do the same thing. Every one of them outgassing. Every one of them taking your health away. Every one of them slowly kill you. It's not a matter of if it's going to kill you. It's just a question of when.
So that's what I'm talking about. Let's talk about immune system for a second, and I'll bounce back to you because everything you're talking about is reflected on your immune system. So if your body's strong and immune, like Petey's 24, he's right in his prime. God, I wish. You're right in your prime when you're 24, and that's one of your muscles strongest. But your immune system is strong too because you got your hormones up and your testosterone. So keeps your body safe and kills works on the immune system by keeping it strong. You're strong. I'm not sure the mind because you're still 24, but I mean the body hormonally is strong, so it can take it. You don't hear people dying at 24 of cancer. You don't hear people die at 24 of prostate problems. You don't hear people at 24, you can't have memory loss. You know why? Yes, you're older. Yes, you're older chronologically, but your hormone level is also dropped. Your immune system is dropped. So what happens? I'll bounce right back, bro. It comes back down. So you lose your strength. You lose your immune system. And those things that you talked about, those those toxins get in your system because of all the crap we drink and smoke and drink. When it gets in our system, and eventually your kidneys and your liver just can't take it no more. And when your kidneys and your liver just can't take it no more, it overflows. And it overflows in fat cells, it overflows in toxins and growths. My mom just came out of the hospital, God bless her. She survived an operation, and she just had a growth removed in her body. She had a growth removed because there's a tumor. The tumor, that's what tumors are. Tumors are growths. And you don't realize you could be walking around with tumors. You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it because you little tumors, and they grow and they grow and they grow, and this all of a sudden you have problems. You go and get checked. Your blood comes back, says you have your blood. Your cells are off. Oh my God, let's do some more treatments, or let's do some more investigation, more tests, and then they find out yes that you have malignant cancer.
You know what it is, too, Coach. You know what it is. You listen to your doctor, and they know all about trying to get your health back.
Don't get me going on doctors.
Your health. So when you're dying of cancer, now all of a sudden they tell you, okay, you need to get rid of these products, the health cleaning products, the toxic products, cosmetics are a number one cause of death with women. And now they tell you when you're sick, how to get your health back, which possibly could be too late. Like the young fella,
Well, now you're in sick care. Now you're in sick care.
Taking it for granted, take your health for granted, because that's what we do when we're young. And you get sick by inhaling, ingesting, or absorbing all these toxins. Just because your clothes have been in the washing machine with Tide, and then in the dryer with Downy, and then you put them on, you think all those toxins are gone? Absolutely not.
Death by Tide, Jesus.
Worst product in the world.
And it wasn't even the water.
Well, yeah, let's talk about if I could get him. Jake, what about the water? Let me talk just briefly off, and we'll come back in the middle of Luca. I want to come back to it for sure, but I want to talk water for a second, okay? Let me just do my little thing about water. I think water. When we start walking around bottles of water, I guarantee you, and I did the research. There's more cancer rises. We all stop smoking. Okay, we're not smoking no more. Most of us, 99% are not smoking, but we're walking around with those plastics. The water bottle, the microwaves, the plastics in the body. Now, don't forget, I lived in Florida for 30 years. You don't think there's a lot of hot bottled water sitting in warehouses and getting hot and overheating and softening the plastic? What happens to the plastics? It leaches into the water, okay? It leaches in the water, and the carcinogenics of the plastic you ingest. And then you ingest it. And so now you're drinking carcinogenic water. So now you're drinking water from plastics, and now finally they're just figuring out, okay, let's make aluminum now. So now they're making all aluminum bottles because people are still buying those plastic bottles of water, and it's still leaching the system. And not to mention, have you ever gone to a fruit stand and see how beautiful the fruit is these days? When I was growing up, we saw kind of rotten apples and bugs. They weren't natural. But they were healthy because they weren't full of pesticides and all the things they make to make them nice and bright and shiny and looking good on the market where they sell more. It's because they put all this crap on it, make it shine and make it preservatives, and they get in your system and they cause the problem. I know I'm going on, but I just wanted, I'm just talking about the immune system and how your products, Melaleuca products.
The sad thing too, Coach, is they buy into the commercials. The commercials are all bullshit. Pardon my language.
Okay.
They lie to you steady. They lie to the consumer steady. And we've been lied to for 60 years, as long as there's been television. They've been blowing smoke up our fanny.
So just Jay.
If you don't think television, just take some Tide, put it in water, mix it around a big goldfish bowl, throw the fish in there, and tell me how long that fish lives.
Okay, Jake, do me a favor. Just keep it clean because we're on live television, or live radio, so just keep it clean. And we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back with a finale. And I want you to give a nice finalized talk about your company, Jake, and we're going to talk soon. So hold on, brother. Hold on, my son. Hold on.
All right, we're out the air. Yeah, no, it's great so far. Just make sure to try to keep it clean. If we're gonna refer to other companies, try to be a little vague about them.
Yes, you're right. Apologize for that too.
We're not big enough to fight Tide's
Yeah, I don't want Tide suing us, Jake.
You're right, guys.
But yeah, that's well. If they can hear about us, that means we're doing pretty good, I guess. We're reaching people.
Yeah.
But so just gotta watch. Just gotta watch because we're now what's called internet, and we're around the world. We're not just in Amherstburg or some little town. Now we're actually you're talking to millions of people, my brother.
I'd love to talk to millions of people.
I know. You like to.
Millions. We're in 19 countries, so if you could determine which countries we're actually in, because Melaleuca's all through Europe.
CKRT Border City Radio.
England, Ireland, Germany.
Yes, it is. Oh, hi, Miss Ann. How are you?
Hold on, Jake. We're still in commercial, my brother. So we're gonna just we're gonna wind it down. Listen for me. You're gonna wind it down, and we're gonna give you a thank you, and then we're gonna give you a contact. You want me to just give my contact?
Whichever you're more comfortable with, Kevin. If you give mine, I can get them all started with you. If they give your contact,
I'll procrastinate. Okay, I want you to give your contact, and you've got just 2 minutes to finish it off.
No worries.
Did good. So you enjoy Palm Beach, my brother.
You're always the first one there to help us out and give a shout out. So we really do appreciate it.
So we're coming off a commercial shortly. We're on podcast, by the way, brother. We're on podcast that's being seen all over the world. So we are visual. And we're like the Joe Rogan. We're talking.
Listen, if we ever get that big,
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Joe might even be a Melaleuca customer. You'd be surprised the athletes and the professional people. And they just use the products. They're not out there telling anybody. They're worried about their health. So
okay, countdown coming down, Jake.
We got 1 minute.
Oh, we got 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. So what else is going on in Palm Beach, man? Talk to me.
Kevin, we brought the good weather. Everybody at the we've been coming here for quite some time. So we have friends. We've lost a lot of friends, obviously, through death. They were older. But anyway, when we came, they said, oh my goodness, here's the people from Canada. They're bringing us the good weather. I said, well, no, the good weather's here because we deserve good weather. We didn't bring anything. If we brought what was happening in Canada, you wouldn't like us.
Yeah, we've had a very non-sunshine summer, winter. Yes, it's been dreary. That's why we're going to talk really quickly about Costa Rica. So we're going to let you fly in about 1 minute.
Absolutely.
Well, you enjoy, man. Say hi to Deb for us.
I certainly will. She's down there at the beach already, reading, doing all the things that we missed doing over the last 4 years. Oh my goodness! Well, we were chased home. March 2020 with this.
Hold on, Jake. Jake, I got to cut you for a second. Hold on, Jake. Hold on. We're gonna cut you in a second. Hold on, my son. Podcast.
Tears for Fears by with Mad World on the all new CKRT Border City Radio. Welcome back. We have Coach Kevin in the building. We have a special caller, Jake, on the line as well. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back,
Thanks
Jake.
for having us.
Jake, so good. I love. We definitely got to do it again. We're going to do it again and again and again. And I want you just to give us a send off and tell me what you think, buddy.
Appreciate for you having me, Kevin. In fact, I'm just absolutely thrilled to have an opportunity to finally partner with you. I've been meaning to talk to you for 2.5 decades. Went by like 2.5 weeks. That's my fault. But anyway, thanks for having me on the show. For those of you that on the program that are listening want more information, you can get in touch with me at Rambo. You're gonna love that now. Rambo at persona.ca.
Spell it.
RAMBO at PERSONA.ca. RAMBO at PERSONA.ca. Rambo and Jake, I will get the information to you. Answer any questions that you do have. I love questions.
All right, buddy.
The answers, so appreciate
I love you, man. Enjoy that beach and the sunshine, and get out there. You better watch that wife of yours on that beach. One of those guys is gonna come by. You better get out there.
All right.
All right,
Love you guys.
Cheer you.
Take care.
Alrighty.
Speedy signing off.
Bye for now.
Bye, buddy.
So that was Jake.
That was Jake, our sponsor, Jake from Melaleuca. He can talk.
I
think he talks more than me. I can't believe it.
that's okay. Especially on radio, we want no dead air. So,
Yeah.
we actually had a caller call in during the break.
Yep.
We had our biggest fan, the one and only Miss Ann.
Oh, Miss Ann, how
Yes,
are you?
she called in and she wanted to share with you that anytime she is hanging out with any of her friends or she sees somebody that's kind of, a little dry or just doesn't seem like they're as positive as they should be, she says that she is making it her mission to let them know to contact Coach Kevin because everything that you've suggested so far, she has applied and it's worked for her. And she wants to be able to share that with other people as well.
Miss Ann, you rock. It's called Pass It On. I think Play It Forward. There's a movie, I forget what's on the show, a movie called Pay It Forward. Pay It Forward. Whereas that's exactly what happens. One good deed passes on, another good deed passes on, and we pass it on. And yeah, like you said, like Jake said, the bright is much more in the dark. When people like Miss Ann do that, we much appreciate it. Thank you, honey.
Right? Plus it's I don't know, it gives motivation, I think. It's validation, you have a listener who's actually taking what you're hearing, they're applying it, and they're telling you firsthand it's working.
This is what I'm telling you when as a trainer, this is the reward. I'm not going to be rich like Jake. I'm not going to be a millionaire, but that's the payback. That's the reward. That's the richness.
Absolutely.
That's the true richness. And when you teach, you make somebody grow. Even a parent, the same thing. You grow your son. You're proud. You look what I've created. Look what I've grown. Or a teacher, look what I've created from this class to that class. Now that person. So in life, it's growth.
I apply the same kind of feeling with my music. I'm not rich and successful off my music. In fact, it costs me more money to make my music than what I make getting from the music. But I keep doing it because the reward is there's at least one person out there that's going to appreciate it,
Well, that's,
and
yeah.
I've had, kids from my grade school even that are 6-7 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And they messaged me saying, hey, I really like that one song. In fact, I actually started making music because I've been watching you do it and how much fun you've been having with it. And it got me to think about it. And now I'm doing it, And it's like, wow, that's so cool.
There's a saying called starving artist.
Mm-hmm.
Or even actor, starving actor. Sometimes you have to starve, literally, to go follow your passion. Where you could have followed another route. That might have been a different type of route, or maybe financially it could have been, but it wasn't you. It didn't fit you. You didn't feel. And I've gone through that. You can't put me in a suit and tie. I don't care how much more money you pay. You can't put me in. I'm just not that guy. So it's got to suit you. So your career, it's got to be suitable. And that's that's what happens in college. You take these courses that don't even apply. Then you come out, you do something totally different. You'll get into something totally different field. All that money spent on college and direction, but and then you say, you know what? That's just not me. I've made that change. I was in marketing and business in college, and although I did open gyms and fitness center and things like that, which was marketing, but the accounting part wasn't me. The blueprint guy wasn't me. The woodworking guy wasn't me. The sheet metal guy wasn't me. The academic guy wasn't me. So, but I liked advertising. I got into college. I loved advertising, and I really liked marketing and advertising, and that's where I excelled. Sales and marketing, selling, and fitness. So that's kind of like what it made me evolve to what I am now: fitness, right? Is my big thing. And of course, marketing is something you have to be a marketer. You know, these days the kids scare me because they're losing their marketing skills by just on the computer, and you're losing that eye to eye contact. You're losing that expression. You're losing that energy connection. You're missing that connection. And the letters can never say more than words. I don't care how many LOLs you say.
Yep, exactly.
You know, I don't care how many what's mojos. What are they called?
Emojis.
Emojis. You know, it's just there's just there's no energy there. There's no creativity there, and that's what scares me about the younger generation growing up and losing those communication skills with other people. Because once you're not always going to be behind a phone. You're going to have to interact somewhere with a person, whether it's your banker, whether it's the grocery store, whether it's somebody, a relationship.
Yes.
You can't just look down in a relationship. You go out to dinner. You got to look at each other.
Exactly.
And talk to each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we have about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
What kind of closing statements do you want?
You know, we're going to go back. We're going to bring in next week by the Costa Rica. We got long, and I want to talk about it, but we're going to bring in that guest speaker next week. So next week, vacation in Costa Rica. Right now, I want to talk about just getting strong and calm. There comes that breath again. So in life, practice. She was just saying, practice being calm. Think about it. You find a negative, find the positive. Turn it around. You have that power. Take that breath. Focus on your strength. Nutrition, eat well. I'm a nutritionist. Contact me at fitproduction@yahoo.com for personal training, online training, any type of training. It's FIT, one word, fitproduction@yahoo.com. That's the best way to get a hold of me. And I do messaging, I do texting message, I do online text. It's so nominal, the fee that we charge for just online training, versus a personal home training versus a group training. Prices range from like $75 per hour. If you train with me as a trainer, if I come to your home, or we do it in person at the Garage Gym, which I'm really excited about. We're opening up now very shortly, next week. I think we've got it all put together really shortly. So you can get a hold of me at the Garage Gym, which I love, by the way. I'm working there as a personal trainer. I'm showing my body forging program. It's I'm excited. Can't you tell?
Yeah.
I came in here. I told Donna. By the way, Donna, thank you for the wonderful station. Bringing the team. This team thing that we got going on. This is what was like. This is what I was talking about, the B versus the A. It's the team. It's the spirit. It's the energy. It comes from the top. Donna, right? It comes from the top.
Yep.
For everything. I just met her once. I just know I can feel that. I talked to you about energy. You feel it. Very cool versus, the B team. So it was like, thank you.
Oh, of course. And thanks for, believing in us, trusting us. You're our first segment. That
I've been a first lately, lots of things.
Yeah, but I thank you for taking the leap with us, and I'm glad you're having fun.
And we're on podcast.
We are. There is a video going on over there.
We're going to be hooking that up soon. Thank you very much for a show. Awesome, great station.
Shout out to everyone listening or watching online.
Yeah.
It's been a fun time.
PD, Coach Kevin together again, and we're going to do more and more. Welcome to the show. I hope you'll enjoy it. Email us. Email me, email the station, and tell us what you think. Give us some perspective and just how you're feeling and whatever.
And if for whatever reason it might be, if you don't remember how to get a hold of Coach Kevin, you can always contact us at ckrtbordercityradio@gmail.com, and we'll gladly forward you whatever information you need. So, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for listening. Yeah. That was our first ever weekend segment, and it was fun.
So let me give a send-off for the show. PD, thank you for being my guest host and guest speaker and guest everything, and also mastering the board and production. PD wears a couple different hats besides the Philly hat. He's also got the production hat going on, and also runs a show and has, of course, his own show. So thank you for working with me.
Of course.
And my show, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Take care, everybody.
Take care, guys. Podcasters, too. Say goodbye to our podcaster fans. PD, say goodbye when you're ready. Say bye.
Have a good one, everybody.
Podcast. Enjoy. Thank you so much.